Volcano eruption in Alaska may disrupt air travel this week. The Cleveland volcano started pumping out ash and steam on Saturday.
I don't remember the last time we managed to get through a week without reporting on Boeing's planes. Why do incidents like these keep happening? Plane incidents are incredibly rare, but when they occur, they can change the way we think about air travel. Imagine yourself boarding a routine flight, carefree and unaware of what lies ahead. How would you feel if you were caught in such a situation? What happened early this morning at Alaska's main airport was something no one could have predicted, a scene straight out of a disaster movie that left both passengers and staff utterly shocked. How does a calm morning turn into a harrowing ordeal? Authorities are now working tirelessly to uncover exactly what went wrong. Could this incident change how we view air travel safety? Would it make you think twice before your next flight? Stay with us as we delve into the shocking details of Alaska Airlines Flight 558. The day started like any other, boarding passes checked, luggage stored, and passengers settling in. When was the last time you thought about the risks of flying? Statistically, flying is one of the safest forms of transportation, safer than driving or even walking. Yet, when something goes wrong in the sky, it feels far more terrifying. Why is that? Because at 30,000 feet, there's nowhere to go. You're trapped in the air with no escape. What happened on Alaska Airlines Flight 558 was a stark reminder of the hidden risks of air travel. One moment, everything was routine, the next, it was a life-and-death struggle. A routine flight turned into a mid-air emergency, leaving passengers and crew fighting against time and mechanical failure. But what caused it? How did the crew respond? Could this incident lead to real changes in industry safety protocols? Picture yourself there, seatbelt on, cruising smoothly, and suddenly a vibration breaks the calm. What would you do? Today, we're taking you through the gripping story of Alaska Airlines Flight 558 and its harrowing journey from Seattle to what could have been disaster. How did a minor vibration grow into a nightmare? More importantly, how did the crew manage to bring the plane and its passengers safely back to the ground? In this story, the stakes are high, and the outcome is far from certain. Are you ready for this journey? This is no ordinary story, this is the story of Flight 558. The morning sun glistened over Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. It was another ordinary day. Passengers of Flight 558 were looking forward to their plans, business, family, vacations. Have you ever thought about what other passengers on your flight might be going through? To them, it was just another flight, one they would never forget. The Boeing 737-900ER, one of the most commonly used commercial aircraft, had undergone its routine pre-flight checks as it does before every journey. A machine built to defy gravity, trusted by millions, and today trusted by you. Captain John Miller, a seasoned pilot with over 20 years of experience, felt confident in the plane's condition. His co-pilot, equally experienced, was ready to assist. The flight crew, efficient and friendly, helped passengers stow their luggage, settle into their seats, and prepare for takeoff. All was calm, everything was running smoothly. Until it wasn't. 20 minutes into the flight, the sky was clear, and the world below looked like a quilt of clouds. Isn't it in moments of calm that we least expect anything to go wrong? Then, a subtle vibration began, barely noticeable at first, coming from the right side of the aircraft. Would you have noticed it? Would you shrug it off as just a bit of turbulence? Passengers near the wing might have dismissed it as light turbulence, but it quickly became something more ominous. In the cockpit, Captain Miller noticed the same vibration and began monitoring the plane's systems. Was it turbulence, or was it something worse? Pilots are trained to analyze such situations calmly, and Miller quickly identified that the vibration was coming from the right engine, a CFM56-7B, an engine renowned for its reliability. Even the best technology can fail, and fail it did. The vibration grew, and unease spread among the passengers. What would you be thinking if you were one of them? Suddenly, a loud bang shattered the calm. It's the kind of sound that strikes fear, something breaking in the sky. Passengers seated near the right wing gasped as they watched in horror. The engine cowling had ripped off and disappeared into the sky, leaving the engine exposed and shaking violently. This was no minor problem, the aircraft was now in a mid-air crisis. The engine cowling, a protective covering designed to shield the engine and streamline the aircraft, plays a critical role in performance. Without it, the engine is exposed to extreme forces, risking severe damage. Losing the cowling isn't just cosmetic, it compromises both the engine's safety and the aircraft's aerodynamic efficiency. What exactly went wrong with the engine cowling? Fasteners may have loosened due to the intense vibration, or structural fatigue could have played a role. Investigators would later suggest that a combination of high-level engine vibration and potential material weaknesses caused the cowling to tear away. This was no longer just an inconvenience, it was a full-blown emergency. The exposed engine, visibly shaking and vibrating, posed a real threat. The aircraft was now in a mid-air crisis. The Boeing 737-900ER CFM56-7B engines are designed for durability, with multiple safety redundancies to prevent mechanical failure. However, like any complex machine, they are susceptible to wear and tear. Investigators would later examine the fan blades and internal components of the engine to determine the cause of the excessive vibration. It turned out that a damaged fan blade was likely the culprit. The fan blade, part of the engine's front rotor, helps draw air into the engine, compressing it before it enters the combustion chamber. A chipped or damaged blade, potentially from a bird strike or foreign object ingestion, can destabilize the entire rotor assembly. This imbalance causes abnormal vibration, and over time, the continuous shaking can wear down other parts of the engine, including the cowling fasteners. On Flight 558, the vibration quickly escalated, leading to the catastrophic failure of the engine cowling. With the cowling gone and the engine exposed, Captain Miller faced a critical decision. Could he keep his cool in such a high-stakes situation? Should he shut down the engine and attempt to fly on one engine, or try to manage the damage and return to Seattle as quickly as possible? Shutting down the engine would significantly reduce the plane's power. Although the Boeing 737 is designed to operate on a single engine during emergencies, this is far from ideal. Leaving the damaged engine running, however, risked further damage or total engine failure. After consulting with his co-pilot and reviewing the engine's data, Captain Miller decided to reduce the engine's power but keep it operational for an emergency return to Seattle. His goal was to balance the risks while ensuring the plane could maintain altitude and speed for a safe landing. Meanwhile, in the cabin, the tension was palpable. Passengers could see the exposed engine vibrating and hear the loud mechanical noises coming from the right side of the plane. How would anyone react in such a situation, stay calm or succumb to fear? The passengers of Flight 558 faced one of the scariest scenarios imaginable, relying solely on the crew to bring them back to safety. Thankfully, the flight attendants remained calm and professional. They walked through the aisles, instructing passengers to fasten their seat belts and prepare for an emergency landing. Their composed demeanor helped to keep panic at bay, though the fear in the cabin was undeniable. As the plane approached Seattle, Captain Miller and his crew prepared for one of the most challenging landings of their careers. The right engine was compromised but still provided enough thrust to keep the plane stable. However, the missing cowling caused increased drag, requiring more power from the left engine to stay on course. Air traffic control cleared the runway for an emergency landing, and emergency personnel stood by, ready to assist if the situation worsened. Captain Miller aimed to execute a smooth but swift descent, minimizing stress on the damaged engine while ensuring a safe landing. As the runway came into view, passengers braced for impact. The flight attendants instructed everyone to assume the brace position, heads down and arms protecting their heads. Each bump and turn felt amplified as the aircraft descended. With incredible precision, Captain Miller guided the Boeing 737 onto the runway. The plane touched down with a slight jolt, and the passengers exhaled in relief. As the aircraft rolled to a stop, the flight crew quickly deployed the evacuation slides, ensuring all passengers were safely off the plane within minutes. Once everyone was evacuated, the focus turned to understanding the cause of the incident. Alaska Airlines, along with the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, launched an immediate investigation into the engine failure. The Boeing 737-900 was towed to a maintenance facility for a thorough inspection. Investigators analyzed the engine's fan blades, which were central to the issue. One blade showed significant damage, likely caused by a foreign object ingested during takeoff. This damaged blade threw the entire rotor assembly out of balance, leading to the excessive vibration that caused the cowling to fail. The FAA's investigation also revealed that while the plane had passed all regular inspections, the engine's internal components might have been subject to undetected material fatigue. Cowling fasteners, designed to withstand high levels of vibration, were likely weakened over time, possibly due to microfractures or corrosion that had gone unnoticed. A critical takeaway from this incident was the need for advanced maintenance technology. Traditional inspection methods, such as visual and manual checks, while reliable, can miss hidden defects in materials or components. Non-destructive testing, NDT, methods, such as ultrasonic or radiographic testing, can reveal these hidden flaws without damaging the components. The FAA recommended that all airlines operating Boeing 737-900ER aircraft adopt more frequent NDT inspections of engine components, particularly fan blades and cowling fasteners. This proactive approach could help identify potential issues before they lead to critical failures. Alaska Airlines took the recommendation seriously, implementing stricter maintenance protocols across its fleet. These included more frequent inspections of high-stress components and the adoption of advanced diagnostic tools to monitor engine performance in real time. Public response and media coverage played a significant role in shaping perceptions. As news of the incident spread, public reaction was mixed. Some praised the crew for their quick thinking and professionalism, while others questioned the safety of Alaska Airlines' maintenance practices. The viral videos of the exposed engine fueled speculation about how such an incident could happen during a routine flight. The media quickly picked up on the story, with headlines ranging from "Miracle in the Sky" to "A Near Disaster for Alaska Airlines." The airline moved swiftly to manage public relations, emphasizing that all passengers had been safely evacuated and the crew had followed protocol flawlessly. Alaska Airlines also collaborated closely with the FAA to ensure transparency in the investigation, regularly updating the public on the inquiry's progress and the steps being taken to prevent future incidents. The investigation into Flight 558 provided valuable insights for the aviation industry as a whole. One of the most significant outcomes was a heightened focus on material fatigue in critical engine components. As engines age, even minor defects can lead to catastrophic failures, as seen with the cowling detachment on Flight 558. In response, airlines worldwide began implementing stricter inspection protocols and adopting more advanced technologies to detect potential weaknesses in engine components. Boeing, too, took the opportunity to review its design and manufacturing processes for the 737-900ER, ensuring that future models would be even more resilient to wear and tear. The incident also underscored the importance of crew training. Captain Miller and his team's ability to remain calm and composed during the crisis was instrumental in bringing the flight to a safe conclusion. Airlines across the industry revisited their emergency training programs to ensure that flight crews were fully prepared to handle similar situations in the future. The story of Alaska Airlines Flight 558 serves as a powerful reminder of the complexities and challenges of air travel. While mechanical failures can happen, the professionalism of the crew and advancements in aviation technology ensure that passengers remain as safe as possible. It highlights the critical need for continuous improvements in safety protocols, material design, and crew preparedness. But what about you? Have you ever experienced an emergency situation during a flight? What do you think airlines can do to improve safety further? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to stay informed about the latest in aviation safety and technology, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update.